Hey guys, Justin here, coming at you from the 4x4 test tent with another unboxing video. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there watching, and go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Share it to everybody that you know if you enjoy the content. This is from Spider Farmer here. They have updated their SF4000, so we're going to go ahead and test that. I've tested it previously in a 3x3. I know it blows the doors off of a 3x3. We're going to see how well it does in a 4x4 situation with the new diode layout. The diodes are spaced out around the edges, so we're going to check that out. We're going to test it, heat, spectrum, the whole nine. So let's just get into it. And here we are. This is the SF4000, as I said, but this is their brand new model. You can see that the diodes are spaced out to the edges of the board. Not like the first model. So it's a lot more like a lot of the lights that you see coming out now. And this has been out for a while too, so it's not like they're just catching up or anything. It's more like me just catching up on reviewing it. So they were like, hey, have you tested the new SF4000? I'm like, I think I did. I don't know, I test so many lights, man, I forget. And I looked through the videos and I didn't. So they went ahead and sent it over to take a look at. Another change you can see here, double drivers. So it's still Meanwell drivers. Get a good look at the driver there. Still Meanwell drivers on it, but it's two of them. This thing's a heavy beast. And then you got the dimmer and everything, daisy chain, standard. That's all pretty much the same. But the dual drivers is definitely a new feature, along with having the diode spaced out. Now, with the dual drivers, that's kind of nice to have. One, you're probably not overworking just one driver trying to run this whole setup, so it'll probably run cooler, I'm guessing. And the other thing is, if you happen to have a driver go down, you still have one that's going to be able to power, I'm guessing, two of the boards. So that'll at least get you by until they can send you a new driver. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice feature. So this is the accessory pack that comes with it here. See what all's in here. Standard stuff, I'm sure. Daisy chain, hanging kit. I'd like to see that maybe a little bigger. I'm sure it's fine, but this light is pretty heavy. And then you got rope ratchets, plastic gear on the rope ratchets there. Let's take a quick look at the manual. Here's all their different models and the specs on them. If you'd like to pause that and take a look, feel free. There's the spectrum that they claim. We will be testing that. We've got info on the bar lights in here. So that's cool. Is this a bar light manual, like the whole thing? Okay. So here's the daisy chain. And then there's, yeah. So, cool. That's not what I got, but okay. I guess they just have the assembly section right here. It's an all-in-one manual, so don't get confused like I just did. Here's the one page right here for the SF4000 right there. It says at the top the 1000, the 2000, and the 4000 assembly right there. So I mean, it's like an all-in-one manual for all their stuff. I understand why they do it. It's just a little bit confusing if you don't bother to read close enough. But let's go ahead and let's get this sucker hooked up again. Give a like on the video, thumbs up, share it out. Let's go. All right, guys, we are back and got it all hooked up. Super easy to hang. You just hook up the two little thingamajobbers there to the thingamadoo, and you're good. All freaking good. Super easy, like I said. Then of course, like I said before, we got the double drivers. There's another good look at the driver. Two of those, dimmer right there. Now right now we are sitting at, of course, 25 inches off the canopy. Let me bust out the meter. Show you right there, 25 inches off the canopy, which is to simulate a 24-inch canopy distance, because the sensors are about an inch off the floor. So pretty cool. This is a nice layout here. It reminds me so much of an airport light strip. Like, you guys, I'm sure a lot of you have been on a plane, and you'll probably think the same thing, but like, here, check this out. Let me give you a better look at it. There you go, coming in for landing. But yeah, that's pretty nice, man. It's laid out really, really thoughtfully, I guess you would say, to make sure that you get plenty of light into the corners and not as much in the middle, which is going to help with the spread. I don't know if it's going to really kill this 4x4, because this is not a really big light for a 4x4. Like, it'll work for a 4x4. A lot of people bought this, the original SF4000, and used it in a 4x4, and they loved it. Like, I got so many people that said they were happy with it. But we'll see what this does. We'll see if it'll stand up to it. I'm with all the bar lights that are out there now, and Spider Farmer has bar lights too to compete with it. But some people just like the boards. Some people just like the boards. It is a nice looking light. It really is. I would prefer to use it in a 3x3 personally, but we're gonna check it out in a 4x4 because they claim that it will flower a 4x4. So let's get it rolling. Let me kick on the 4-corner par meter here, so you can take a look at where we're at. About 50, what is that, 58 watts right now. Pushing about 50 par to every corner. So not really killing the game yet. We're at minimum. Let's see here. Well, that dimmer's really far over there. Let's take it to seedling territory. Right around right there, 120. Get it to steady a little bit. And this corner here is low because it's like basically wide open. There's no real reflection on it, where the other corners all have really good reflection. So yeah, right there's about seedling and clone territory. Looking at 117 watts, 24 inches off the deck. Center reading there is about double. So it's definitely, I mean, it's a board light. It's going to be hotter in the middle. That's just kind of obvious. So let's kick it up some more. Or actually, let me show you where that's at. That dimmer's really like in the middle of the board here. So that's for like seedlings and clones right there, like just over 20. Now let's kick it up some more. Oh boy. Alright, well, we're pushing pretty far here. I think we're going to be about right there. Let's see if I can get it steady. A little bit low still. I'm trying to hit 350. And that's going to be a little high. It's a really touchy dimmer, so there we go. About 350. That'll work. So we're about 350 right there, pushing 347 watts. It is at about 80%. Just shy of 80% on the dimmer. And that's going to be veg. Check out the center. And it's still double. So yeah, that's we're already well into flower territory in the middle. Well into flower territory. So I mean, it'll flower. It just won't flower a 4x4. There's no way we've got enough left here. Or well, I should take that back. It'll flower a 4x4 space, but it won't do the entire thing effectively. You'll get a decent amount right in the middle. Like I said, tons of people have used this light and have been just blown away by it. So there's a lot of people's different definition, but different grower to grower on what a good grow is. So if somebody is blown away by something, hey, they're happy. That's all that matters, really. Let's blast it open, because I think that's what we're gonna need to do. So we're at max now. And it's not quite where I'd like to see it for flower. So we're looking at 440, 450 in the corners. I like to see a minimum of 600, an absolute minimum of 500. So this is definitely gonna, in the corners, you're gonna get a little bit more of a popcorn bud going on. Definitely not some dense colors. You'll still get some pretty good stuff out there. I mean, even at 450, it's still going to produce something. It's just not going to be quite what you see in stores, maybe. I'll put it that way. So if you want something that's in stores, then you gotta have a little bit more par. But let's take a look at the center reading, because I think it's going to be pretty bomb. Yeah, 900. So we're pretty much double from corner to center. We're pretty much double, like straight up. So 900 in the middle is great. Like, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. Like, if the whole thing was also in line with that, like say if it was 900 here and then 600 on the edge, that'd be friggin' amazing. That would be killing the game. But it just isn't. It doesn't have the spread. I mean, look how far away it is from the side of the tent. It just doesn't have the spread of the bar lights. But I don't know. What are we pushing here? 450 watts. Some people may still want to grab something like this. It may fit for your 4x4 purpose, but honestly, I would buy this for a 3x3 all day long. This thing absolutely crushes a 3x3 tent till no tomorrow. So if you want to be really super happy with it, I would throw it in a 3x3. If you want something to just kind of get you by in a 4x4, I think it will definitely work. Just not work to maybe as well as you would like it to. That's all. But yeah, let's bust out the spectrometer here, and click the links below if you'd like to get some more info on this. There are also coupon codes and all kinds of stuff on my website below. There's always all kinds of stuff there. So there we are, zeroed out. Take a reading. Oh wow. What did that do? Wow, that's reading all weird. Yeah, let me reset my meter here. Alright, let's try it again here. Zeroed out. Maybe if I move the other one away, I don't know if that's affecting it. There we go. Now we're good. I don't know what the heck that was. That was weird. Meter just kind of wigged out, I guess. But yeah, it's got a lot of red. It's got a nice little 740 bump there, so it does have the infrared. And a lot of red and orange. A lot of red and orange. So very good flower light. Decent blue spike. A little bit of blue there. There's your makeup. Almost a 4-to-1 ratio. Red to blue. Coming up on it. Like 3-to-1 at least. Pretty killer. Take a look at the diodes here. See a lot of cool white, warm white, and then a couple infrared stuffed in there. There's an infrared right there for you, that dim one. If you get it and you can't see it, if it's in one of the lines of the red here, and you can't see the light, because if you look at this with your naked eye, you can't see that red. You can only see it with a camera. But it'll look like it's out. It'll look like it's a dead a dead diode, but it's not. It's just infrared. But yeah, that's the look at the light. We got the spectrum down. Now all we got to do is just let it warm up, and we'll see how hot she gets, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I just want to mention real quick, I did find a spot that is at minimum flower right there, right in the middle on the edge. So the edges are going to be about 500. You can see here, 500. So yeah, it'll do minimum, but man, let me tell you, this is the bare minimum that I would do for a 4x4, for sure. But it does leave room for side lighting, or additional flower lighting, like if you want to add some reds and stuff. It does leave room for that, so I mean, that is one thing to consider. Alright, we let this warm up for about an hour or so. Let's take a look and see what the thermal imaging camera says. And as you can see, the heat is definitely out at the corners. That's such a funny heat map. But I mean, it makes sense. You put more diodes out there, it's going to get hotter. So we're looking at 132, around 133-ish. Maybe 134 in a hot spot. There's 133 point something back there. This side, 133. And the driver is 132, which is about average really for the drivers. They tend to run about that. And not too bad on the board. I mean, it could be hotter. It could be cooler, definitely, but it could be hotter as well. I figured it would be a little bit warmer, actually, considering how many diodes are spaced together there. But 133 is not bad, considering how closely spaced they are. So they did a pretty good job of dissipating the heat. Not too bad. And then the center is like super cool, 120 in the center. So pretty sweet. So yeah, I mean, if you need a bare bones 4x4 light, I guess this could be a definite option for you. There are other bar lights out there though that will definitely more than compete with this. So I don't know, man. The boards are kind of, I think, kind of coming to their end. This is like one of the last great boards out there that's still kicking. And as you can see, I mean, it'll barely do a 4x4. But there again, if you want to use this in a 3x3, it will crush a 3x3 100%. I've already tested that. You guys can check out the video of the last SF4000 in a 3x3. Definitely crushes. But yeah, I don't know if I'd personally use it in a 4x4. I think I would probably choose one of the many bar lights that are out there for a similar price, or maybe $100 more even, and go with that. But for a 3x3, thumbs up. Also, thumbs up the video, man. If you haven't done that yet, give it a thumbs up. Also, click the links below. All kinds of cool stuff down there. I hope you guys liked the video. Doing more of these reviews all the time. Subscribe, thumbs up, and until next time, guys, happy growing.